Hello and welcome back to our channel Subbu and Sree. In this channel, we are going through our house extension experience from homeowners perspective. You might have seen number of videos from builders perspective. This channel is from homeowners perspective. We are hoping this channel will make the journey easier if you are planning to extend your house. In this video, I am going to tell you about my experience on the builder selection. You may think it's an easy process, but it's not. We have consulted few builders to get a high level idea before the planning permission process itself. But we finalized the builder only after we had the approved plan in hand. Because we did not know whether we will get planning approval or not. Even if we get approval, we don't know whether we are going to amend from the initial one. Once we got the approved planning permission and the structural drawing, we started looking for a builder. When we talked to some friends about this to get some direction, we heard lots of bitter experiences and daunting stories about unprofessional builders. Some of the grievances I heard are builder absconded after receiving the cash during the middle of the project. You may think, why would someone pay considerable amount of advance? But some of the builders are very creative when they ask money. Builder can demand to pay huge amount as an advance to buy materials. Sometimes they can come with emotional stories. They could say, my friend or relative borrowed money from me but did not give back, so I am in a bad state, so please give money in advance, right? If the builder has done any major demolition work to start the new construction work, it is hard to say no for the bulk amount because we will panic, right? If he does not complete the work, we have to find another one. So we pay in advance, then we will never see him. So we have to manage this carefully. In some situations, builder did not pick up the phone after minor argument. This is how some builders give pressure to homeowners by not picking the call after minor argument. They follow this strategy to avoid any change or criticism from us. So next time, before criticizing anything, you will think twice. But if he doesn't take the call forever, now it's a problem. Awful finishing. Some builders don't have skilled workers. The quality of the finishing could be very bad. Plastering is not done correctly, brickwork is not good, tiling is not done properly, not completed the electrical and plumbing work with a qualified engineer. You can hear all sort of stories. Some builders are very rude to deal with. So it depends on the project. We may have to deal with these builders every day for months. Even after the completion of the work also, for any maintenance, we need to work with them. If the builder is not friendly, it is very difficult to work with. We can't sleep peacefully. Then next one, not regular to work. We can't plan our day. Once the work starts, we want the workers to come every day to complete the work. But some builders take too many projects at the same time and juggle with few workers. This will increase the project time, and if you want to take off to supervise the work, they won't turn up. For example, they are tiling and you want to give some ideas how you want to tile. When you take off and wait for them, they won't come. Then again, it can happen a number of days. Not flexible, right? Even though we spend a lot of time in planning and designing, sometimes we have to change our mind based on looking at actual work. Some builders won't agree to make any changes, even if you are ready to pay extra. Or they will show bad body language to avoid taking any changes. When we started the project, I was 200% confident that I'm not going to make any changes in the later stage. But reality is that I had to make number of changes during the project, because after seeing that only you think that, oh no, I don't want this way, I want other way around. If they are not flexible, you cannot do it. Not considerate to neighbors. Generally, neighbors won't be happy about house project nearby due to project noise, dust, and number of white vans on the street. So better to reduce the issues due to the builders. Some builders are rude to neighbors leave their skip in the middle of the road, park their cars all over the place, and burn woods in the garden. You are extending your property because you like your neighborhood and you want to live there. Poor building material. Some builders use poor materials. One of my friends was not comfortable leaving the property after the work because they did not feel safe to live in the property anymore. After so much of project hassle, they want to sell the property and move. The communication gap. There are builders available, they speak only certain language. So if you cannot communicate with them in day-to-day work, it's very difficult to articulate what you want. No support once the project is completed. Some builders won't pick up the call once the payment is settled after the project completion. If you see any issues with the work, we have to hire somebody else to fix. So it is nightmare if you get stuck with these builders. So we need to know how to avoid this. So we decided to spend some time to choose the right builder. Once we pay the money to the builder, we will get stuck. Fallback options are very limited. Once we got the planning approval, we received a number of letters from various builders, but we did not want to take risk by going with an unknown builder. So let me tell you what we did to choose our builder. You may be comfortable to choose with your personal instinct, then this process will be overkill for you. If you want to take informed decision like me, then you may get some pointers from this video. Instead of looking for reference from online portal, we decided to look for references from our contacts. Because for small work I'm okay to go with online portal, but it's a huge investment. I don't want to take any risk. So we asked references from contacts who have done similar projects recently. Interestingly, 90% of the homeowners told us that they won't recommend their builder. Even though some of their extension looked really good for us. So we got confused. We were not sure why these homeowners are not recommending their builders. So we tried to understand whether the builders are absconded after receiving a lump sum, or if their project got delayed by a few weeks or month. Why they have reservation to recommend their builder. So we had a number of telephone calls. So based on the telephone conversation with the homeowners, we shortlisted few builders based on the criteria that they completed the work. The completion of work is very important because I've heard a number of stories where the builders have not completed the work. It's a nightmare. If the builder has completed the work, that is big tick mark for us. We call these builders to find out their recent work. They talked to their clients and gave us their details too. So we spoke to these homeowners and booked an appointment to go and see their extended house. Most of these references were very kind to show around the house. We were very conscious that we should not take more than 30 to 45 minutes of the homeowner's time, as all of us are busy with our daily routine. We don't want to waste their time. So while visiting the properties, we kept a checklist in our mind. This is similar to the prep we do when we go to visit a house to buy or rent. Certain things you can ask over the phone, but if you want to see the builder's say tiling work or bathroom work, and if you did not observe this, then you have to book another appointment with them, which is not good use of their time. So we use this checklist to remember all the points. Let us look at them now. First thing is size of the project. Is it comparable to the project we are doing? If it is too big or too small, it may not give the right indication about the builder. So we were looking for the size of the project which is comparable to our project. Has the builder completed all the agreed work? By this time, we already confirmed from the homeowner that he has completed the work. But here we are trying to find out whether he finished all the work agreed or left some work during the end of the project. Some builders leave some small job like painting interior doors, refurbishing old bathroom, etc. It is small job for them, but it is a hassle for the homeowner to find another builder to finish these left-out jobs. How does the finishing look like? We try to visit the house during the daytime so that we can look at the finishing of the brickwork, roofing, etc. in the daylight. When we are inside, we looked at the finishing of the plastering work, tiling, ceiling, kitchen, electric work, general bathroom fittings, etc. We want to make sure that the finishing meets our expectation. Then we look at flexible to accommodate changes. As I said earlier, we don't plan to make changes, but if at all we have to make a change, is the builder okay to make those changes? If the builder is okay to take additional changes, then we need to find out how much he charges for the changes. Some builders take this opportunity to charge a lot for a small work. So we need to understand whether the builder is reasonable for the change requests. What are the changes they have made from the initial plan and how much the builder charged for them. Payment schedule. We check with the homeowners if the builder gives a proper payment schedule and stick to it. Some builders provide payment schedule, but they may give pressure to pay much more in advance. Next one is skilled workers. Some builders have specialized workers for brickwork, roofing, tiling, electrical, etc. However, some builders use unskilled, low-paid workers to complete all the work to increase their profit margin. Approachable. It is important to have an approachable builder for our regular discussions on the progress, payment, plan for the following week, etc. Some builders can be defensive to take any feedback. For example, if you are not happy with any particular work they have done, we would expect the builder to listen to us and correct it. Some builders find every reason to avoid correcting flaws identified. That would cause unnecessary disappointment to us. Warranty support. We need the builder support even once the project is completed. This is to fix any issues that could show up after we start using new space. It could be issues with heating, leaks, some electric plug points or lights not working, etc. So we want to know whether the builder provides agreed warranty support on time. We have to find out if the builder is considerate. This is really important if you are planning to stay in the property while the work is carried out. For this, find out if the homeowner stayed in the house during the project work. Did the builder ensure that he plans the work in such a way that it does not affect the homeowners and neighbors badly? In our case, since it was big extension, we decided to move out during the project work. As it was pre-COVID, we could go and visit number of houses. Hopefully things will get normal. You can also go and visit a number of properties. Based on the house visit, we discarded one of the builders because the finishing was not satisfactory at all. However, it was interesting to note that the homeowner was happy with the finishing. So it is based on our personal choice. We were not looking for picture perfect finishing, but it should be reasonable level. Based on our conversation with the house owners and the house visit, we shortlisted 5 reasonable builders. We received quotation from all those 5 builders. And builders provided additional references to check their work. One of the builders gave number of ideas and came across as a very knowledgeable person. He was in the top of her list. But when I called a few references provided by the builder, one customer told me that he speaks a lot but does not even do 10% of what he says. There was a red signal for us. Called few more references for the same builder, but we received mixed review. So we decided to discard this builder from the list. Now we got 4 builders in the list. Among 4 builders, 2 builders had provided a detailed breakdown, but the other 2 gave just a high level pricing. Those high level quotes were a lot lower than the detailed one. So we were a little confused and did not know how to compare and make a decision. It was tempting to go with the lowest quote, of course. Then we decided to do a bit more analysis to compare the quotations. Then we realized that it is not an apple to apple comparison. It is more than that, because one quote had included boiler and another one included windows, The third one did not include those two but included switches. We created this Excel sheet to compare all the builders' codes. In this spreadsheet, we listed out our project scope for each room and outdoor work, including two-way switches, tiling height in the bathrooms, laminated floor in the first floor, number of outdoor taps, soundproof plastic board in cinema room, tiling in the garden, etc. We have about 125 rows in this Excel sheet. Idea is that it is good to add even a small item before signing the contract instead of assuming that it will be covered in the quote, because it will give clarity to the builder for the more accurate quote, and the quotes will be comparable too, and this will reduce assumptions. Also, during the construction phase, it will help the builder to plan accordingly. Now, let us see few differences in some of the quotes we received from the builders. I have selected few lines which was included in a one builder's quote but not in the others for you to get an idea. You can see in line number 2, most of the builders have not included bifold doors in their quotation. However, builder 2 has added this in his quotation. So we found out from the builder what bifold he would provide and what would be the cost. Then we have added that in other builders quote to get a comparable quote. Likewise, you can see other differences such as garage conversion cost, roof window, staircase, etc. Even after doing all this work, we missed to add few things. For example, the underfloor heating in the first floor bathroom. One of the builders told us that it is not a problem to install the underfloor heating if we supply the materials. We took it for granted and we did not include a line for this in the quote. So we had to persuade the builder to install the underfloor heating and pay additional amount for the labor work. So I strongly encourage you to add as much details possible to avoid a surprise in the later stage. This process helped us to identify a reasonable builder and we are happy with his work. Here is a summary for you to consider during the builder selection. I am hoping you have some takeaways from here for your builder selection. If you have any questions or like to hear more about any particular area, please add it to the comment section. We will try to answer them. Good luck with your project.